All right, everybody. We are in the KEXP live room, and my name is Troy Nelson, and we broadcast live here in Seattle, 90.3 FM and 92.7 in the Bay Area, and we stream all over the world at KEXP.org, and you can listen to us on the mobile app. And thanks to listeners like you, we are able to bring you these exclusive one-of-a-kind performances, and I am in the KEXP live room with this band right here. We've been loving this new album, and I'm talking about the band Omni. And Omni, if you're all ready, let's do this.
All right. Hunting down oligarchs, take them all for what they got. That's a lot. In the yard, on a yacht, avoiding unnecessary stops, refueling and restocking up. Never stop running, it's not much farther. Passing in international waters. Why follow the rules like everybody else? Isn't safe out there all by yourself? Why don't you ride your anchor to the bottom of the sea? Frozen villas in Capri, oh admit it, you don't feel a thing, do you? Act on a whim to be seen. Send a chopper for ice cream. Waving the white flag. I reckon that might be an outcry. Never stop running, it's not much farther. Passing in international waters. Why follow the rules like everybody else? Isn't safe out there all by yourself? Why don't you ride your anchor to the bottom of the sea? Cut the chain up, start to sink. For the last time, you might think. Cut the chain, start to sink. For the last time, you might think.
You are listening to Omni live on KEXP.
Tearing myself to pieces in the mirror. I wouldn't think about it if you were nearer. Stuck in the waiting room of your mind. And the thoughts kind of creeps in and says, hold on, what if I forgot? The afterthought. Endanger the species behind the trigger, and the cries couldn't be any clearer. Honey, I'm always next in line. And the thoughts, the one that creeps in and says, hold on. The afterthoughts, ah yes, the afterthoughts. When you ask me questions, look in my eyes without for suggestions. It turns me on. something luxury to reconsider when you could stay up forever beginner. Lay down just to be kind. And afterthoughts, dark night they keep saying and says hold on. What if I forgot? Stuck with the afterthoughts. Country club either. This is LA. We're drinking beer at noon on a Tuesday at the bar across from the car wash. The good people of the world are washing their cars on their lunch break, hosing and scrubbing them down as best they can in suits and skirts. They drive their shiny Datsuns and Buicks to the phone company and record store too. They got nothing on Frankie, Chris, and I. Nothing. All I wanna do is have some fun. I've got the feeling that I'm not the only one. 'Cause all I wanna do is have some fun. I've got the feeling, 'cause all I wanna do is have some fun. Till the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. I like a good beer buzz in the morning, peeling the label off my bottle. I shred each one on the bar and light every match in an oversized pack. Watch each one burn down to the finger. Hosing and cussing each one of them out individually. The happy couple walks into the bar, sits dangerously close together. The bartender looks up from his one ass to nothing. All I wanna do is have some fun. I've got the feeling that I'm not the only one. 'Cause all I wanna do is have some fun. I've got the feeling, 'cause all I wanna do is have some fun. Till the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard.
Awesome. You're listening to Omni right here, live on KEXP.
It's right off the rack, baby, off the rack. There's someone here dressed as me. It's right off the rack, please make me laugh. I'm dead inside, can't you see? Can't put my finger on it. The budget's cut and the spending's all wrong. The finale was leaked and now I hear the hook in someone else's song. Take it as a compliment from someone who didn't know what they meant. On the spot they needed something to say. It's right off the rack, baby, off the rack. The shallow crowd, but deep in the. It's right off the rack, red or black or roulette ball, marginalized friends. Can't put my finger on it. I used to think I knew what I wanted. Who knew it would be like this? It's rather annoying to be haunted. And it's nothing new. I'm guilty of it too. Looking at someone else's life, thinking, hey man, that looks nice. Looking at someone else's life, that looks nice.
You are listening to the band Omni right here on KEXP.
Thanks, Troy. We're going to bring our friend Ham from Fake Fruit in on this one as a guest. Are you hydrated, baby? Would you go away with me? When you know, you don't need to see it all. That right? Yeah. Why bother? Plastic pyramid. No one cares where you've been. Unbox paradise. Save your money for another slice. Plastic pyramid. Pump it up like an engineer. Unbox paradise. Culture synthesize. I've done a lie, I feel pretty small. The swings, the Nile, I ordered them all. When you know, you want to have it all. Little Evans, get your very own plastic pyramid. No one cares where you've been. Unbox paradise. Save your money for another size. Plastic pyramid. Pump it up like an engineer.
Absolutely. It is Omni, one of my favorite songs of the year. I'm going to say one of the best songs of the year, Plastic Pyramid from Omni. Honest to goodness, not just saying that because we are 10 feet away from each other. I have loved that song from day one. And the music video, brilliant. Who directed that? Whose idea was that to do like an infomercial pushing these plastic pyramids?
It was kind of all of us. We all kind of contributed to it.
Our friend Zach Piles did officially direct, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Zach was a huge help in the making of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
And also big, shout out to Izzy Glaudini for the recording and starring.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Izzy in a little bit, actually. And I would like to take you back to the beginnings of this Omni project. Frankie, you were in high school and you were playing in a band called Balkans, and you were playing some shows. And Philip, you were in college, early college, playing in a band called Carnivores, and your two bands would sometimes play some shows together, and of course, those bands fizzled, and then you two come together and birth what we now know as Omni. Is this how the story goes? Is there any piece I'm missing?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did your homework.
I just love knowing the history of bands and where they start, and the sounds of previous bands they were in that usually we're embarrassed by. I mean, I am of my previous bands, that's for sure. Early on in the Omni history, how instrumental was Bill Rowe in helping this band?
Bill is amazing. We were super lucky to get to put out our first two records with them, and he just saw us by chance in Atlanta one time, and he was like, I guess these guys are all right. But yeah, Bill and Lisa Rowe, hugely instrumental in the
Yeah, I don't think we'd be here without him.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Philip, during the pandemic, did you DJ a can drive where people could show up with a can and just get a beer?
You're absolutely correct. Way to pull that one from the ether. Also, yeah, that's true. It was like really kind of goofy looking because we were like way off on the other side of this field and outside this restaurant called Argosy that we've all kind of been involved in some way or another with. And we were like, half a football field away from all the people who were like, dancing and listening to stuff and bringing cans.
Yeah, so if I showed up to this with an empty can, you just does the beer go into the empty can, or do you exchange the can for another can?
I think it was like a full can. Like, you bring a full can and then get a beer. Yeah, and some good tunes. Maybe I played a can record. Probably.
Perfect. I mean, that would make a lot of sense. Absolutely. And also during that time, Philip, you released a book and a soundtrack, and the book was called Vague Enough to Satisfy. Was this a one-off project of yours, or are you currently working on anything like that now?
I'm actually almost done with a new book, but it's still very much in the editing process and all that. But thank you. And Frankie did the design for that, and Hex Induction Books and Records. Dean and Gabby, also Seattle residents. Mm-hmm. So
awesome. And also, you and Matt from the band Preoccupations once talked about writing a book together. Did that ever come to be?
We haven't started that project yet, but we are kind of talking about working on something together. So
So you're friendly with that band, Preoccupations?
Oh yeah, we did a whole tour with them.
The big sweeties.
Yeah,
super nice people. It's interesting. Years ago, I was in New York, just visiting friends, and I have this friend. At the time, he worked for Pitchfork. And he said, hey, we're shooting this video for this series called Juan's Basement. I don't know if you're familiar with Juan's Basement.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, we need an extra. Will you play a pizza delivery boy in the episode for Preoccupations? So all of a sudden, I'm dressed as a pizza delivery person, and Preoccupations were the band playing in Juan's Basement. And so I got to meet them just briefly, and then had them right here in the KEXP live room. And I ended up wearing the same sweater that I wore as the pizza delivery guy.
That's good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun, absolutely. And what was it like to work with Christopher Sampson? What can you tell us about him?
We had a great time working with Chris. He's a very talented engineer. He's very patient with us when we wanted to do stupid things, and
Yeah.
Which is how often?
A lot.
pretty often, yeah.
A lot.
But
Great suggestions on top of that.
yeah, he's amazing to work with. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very enthusiastic engineer. He's also a great photographer and videographer. So,
Man of many
not only did he
talents.
capture audio, but he actually, got a lot of really great video and photos. It was
Oh,
nice
great.
Yeah.
to look back at all of
Polaroids.
it.
Is it jack of all trades?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
captured all the memories.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And also, so we were talking about Izzy recording or being on the recording for the song Plastic Pyramid, also in the music video. I also recently was just here in the KEXP live room with Automatic, and they are just so sweet and they're so fantastic. How did you, and they actually mentioned you in our interview,
Oh,
how did
that's
you
sweet.
come to be friends with Automatic? How did that happen? Because you're not from the same city.
We did a tour with them. We opened for them, and it was a short tour, and it was the first time we had toured since we took a break during the pandemic. And they were very fun to go on tour with. Very laid back, very chill, and very sweet. And I don't know, it was a lot of fun. Been
Yeah, it was
friends
kind of
ever
one of
since.
those overnight best friend kind of situations. Just great people, great sense of humor. And,
Yeah, we bonded over a card game called Combio. Yeah.
Wait,
Look it
what
up.
is this card
glad
game?
you
I have to
remember.
know.
It's kind of like a memory-based card game that gets harder the drunker you get.
So it's a drinking card game?
No, we just happen to be drinking
well,
while
I
we were
guess
doing
every
it,
game
yeah.
can be a drinking game.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it called again? Combio?
Combio, yeah.
Okay.
We kept accidentally calling it Cumbia, but yeah.
Well, especially the drunker you get.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I need to check that game out. But I love that band Automatic. I love their records. And the new Omni record we've just been loving here at KEXP. This one out on Sub Pop.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, the great Sub Pop. A few Sub Pop people are here. Some friends, of course, of KEXP and of mine. And I'm just so happy that Omni was able to be here in the KEXP live room today. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you
having us.
Yes.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Anytime, please come back. So, once again, you've been listening to Omni right here on KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.